please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live.
Hey everybody, so we have another signing to talk about that happened yesterday. The Dallas Stars have brought back defenseman Andrej Sekera on a 2-year deal worth $1.5 million per season. Good, solid depth signing here that I really like a lot for the Dallas Stars. This is a move that is a short-term, low-cost option for a veteran depth defenseman who really can play that role very, very well and proved this past year that he can play that role really well. And he's just, Andrej Sekera is a good, solid bottom pair type D-man who has been in the league a long time, and has been, has a lot of experience. He can mentor younger players. Great guy to have in the locker room, and he's really, shown himself to be able to play this particular role with Dallas very, very well. And he's a great guy to have around for the Dallas Stars, and it's a great deal, I think, for the Dallas Stars because it's short term. He's an older defenseman, veteran guy who's been around a long time, but it's a short term deal, only a couple of years. He's coming off a pretty good season, and it's a low cost deal. It's not going to become a salary cap problem or anything like that. It's only $1.5 million AAV. And he's a guy that, right now can be your number 5 or your number 6 D-man and play that role really, really well. But if your younger guys step up and continue to get better, he could even drop into a 7th defenseman type role and be just kind of a depth guy who's more there as a mentor than as, someone you're actually looking for big minutes from. But, it's really a low risk, high, just good deal for Dallas. And it reminds me a lot of the Braden Coburn deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning that he signed last offseason. Another guy who is one of those veteran guys who's been in the league a long, long time and has had a lot of experience. And now as these other players, develop and continue to grow, he's kind of dropped back into just more of a mentor type role where he's not in the lineup every night. He's kind of a 7th, 8th defenseman with the Lightning now. I could see that happening with Andrej Sekera. I think, he's a guy that last year played on that bottom pair regularly and was a regular in the lineup. And I think going into next season, he probably still will be a regular in the lineup. But as more players develop and as they try and get younger, I think there's a chance that you could see him end up being a 7th, 8th type D-man. But still a very good guy to have around, to have at practice, to have in the locker room, to just kind of be there for these younger guys. And he's a veteran with a ton of experience, and every team needs those type of guys in the locker room. So overall, I'm a big fan of this deal. I think it's very, very low risk. There's virtually no risk here. It's low cost. It's a short-term deal. Sekera has had injury problems in his career. He does struggle to stay healthy at times, but again, if you're not relying on him to be a top 4 D-man, it's not as big of a deal. And he's, just kind of in more playing a depth role here with Dallas, and I think that works out really, really well for them. So I am a big fan of this deal. I like it a lot. I think he's a really solid guy for Dallas to have around. I think he's proven that he can still play, especially this past season where he, sure, it was in a bottom pair role, but he was a good, solid bottom pair defenseman for them. And that's, you gotta, not everyone's going to be a top 4 guy. You got to have good depth guys as well. And Andrej Sekera, I think, still is certainly that. And as it goes along, he's at least going to be a good mentor and a veteran guy in that locker room. So overall, big fan of this deal. Sekera is staying in Dallas, and I think that's a good move for everyone involved, and I like it a lot. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, and donation link are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.